I'm Salad and I saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3. It's directed by James Gunn. This was requested by a Patreon. If you like to fast track a movie review, you can do that at patreon.com/ASEPresents. This is very new. If you haven't seen this, why haven't you? Spoilers ahead. The movie starts with a nice little comfy place called Nowhere. By the way, immediately, doesn't really follow the continuity of the holiday special, even though in the holiday special they already set up, but that's fine. They're setting it up, hanging up a handy dandy sign that says Guardians of the Galaxy. It's all nice and quaint, right? And you know, they could just be setting up like another building right after they've already set it up from the holiday special. Who knows? It could just be a different angle, but you know, they have a nice, very quaint, I love the dog. Okay, the talking dog, immediately my favorite character. And I'm like, I want to see more of this dog. But this isn't Guardians of the Galaxy. This is Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh yeah, and the dogs in the background are telekinetic space dogs. Oh boy. Also, speaking of oh boy, a random intruder, he just like barges in and starts beating them up. And I'm like, why are you beating them up? Why? Come on, man. You just gotta be cordial, dude. And he's just like vrooming through space very high speed. He's just like crashing through windows, and like all the Guardians are like, okay, we gotta take down this guy, and they all like try to hit him right, and it's all fun and games until that guy just like gets stabbed through the chest and then has to fly off. And I'm like, oh geez. I mean, you guys dealt with this guy, but like I feel like he's gonna come back. You guys are kind of in danger. You gotta kind of figure out what's up. And you know what's up. They're trying to take Rocket, okay? Rocket, I like this movie, because it delves on Rocket's backstory. That guy was sent by Rocket's creator to take him back. And the movie just kind of like unfolds slowly as the story expands. Like first it's like, oh, Rocket's a tiny little scared raccoon, and he got a little hand that's like hovering over him, and he's like really big. And I'm like, oh man, as a person who's like dealt with animals, that's a good way to get bit. I'm like, why are you not biting him, raccoon? Come on, you gotta like do the thing. You gotta do like, oh, you gotta sniff it. If it sniffs good to your hand, and then you're familiar with it. It's smaller than their face, okay? Why? Oh, I get the impression that the creators are not very nice, and also this creator is like, hello, Rocket. You are a very smart boy now. Also, there's 3 other weird animal experiments. I should mention that this guy never calls him Rocket. I'm just using Rocket because that's like the familiar name, but he only calls him by like his barcode, which is a lot of letters. There's a lot of plot details about Rocket. We learned that Rocket's like the main character. I don't really want to spoil it too much because this is a very new movie, and this movie really caught me off guard on like how much I enjoyed it. I mean, I like the other Marvel movies, but this one was definitely the most enjoyable one in a while. So it's like Rocket coming to grips with himself, and it's also about the other Guardians coming to grips with themselves. They all have like some sort of like issue with themselves. Like, for example, Peter Quill's like, I'm missing home, right? And it's his resolution of his story is pretty nice, like at the end of the movie. And like just learning more and more about Rocket's backstory is like the best part of this movie for me. It's the part that I paid the most attention to. I liked the CGI, and the visuals were great, especially space. I loved all the space visuals, the little like organic thing that they had to go through. I like the whole like, oh, we gotta break in and be as a family, and they have to like expand on the family dynamic. I felt there was a lot of bickering in this movie, and there's like even times where people are like almost near death. There's like, I'm just like, hey, please stick it together. Please do not like just bicker until like, oh, your friend's gone, and then he's like, oh man, I wish I wasn't bickering with my friend. So you know, the guy who created Rocket, basically he just wants a perfect world, and we get to see the results of this perfect world, and like just seeing the environment. Like, it's pretty nice, honestly. It looks pretty much like Earth. I don't want to spoil too much about it. I'm just gonna go more in depth on the visuals. So I really like the weird, creepy animal things that Rocket befriends while he's being experimented on. It's like there's like this walrus with like wheels, and that one was like the most insane of all. There's like the rabbit, you know, and also Lila. So yeah, those three, it's nice. It's a nice tale of like learning more about Rocket's backstory, and I really enjoyed that. That walrus's name is Teeths, and also the rabbit's name is Floor. Great names that they chose. They didn't really want like their designations as their names, and so they just came up with their names, and Rocket was like, oh, I saw a rocket earlier and I want to be the sky or something like that. And they're all like desiring for the sky. It's the themes are so great in this movie. There's like the themes of like, well, you have like a friendship, you're making friendships in like the worst of cases, and then you lose those, and so like Rocket becomes like a lot more aggressive, and we get to see like more of the character that he's become, and it's like great, and I love it. It's awesome. And so at the end, everyone is like accepting their identities and who they are, and by the end of it, they kind of go on their separate ways. I'm not going to kind of explain which ways they go, but you have to go see this, okay? It's pretty great. Other than all the character developments, all of them have character developments. Drax is like more okay with him being kind of dumb, and also like Mantis and Peter Quill has like the best, most expanded upon, next to Rocket, who has like the most character development. Then there's Peter Quill, then there's Drax, Nebula, and then Mantis is probably the ranking I would go in the character development, but they all have character development. It's great. I find it really sad that Drax like lost his kid to Thanos, and so like he's not really a destroyer type. He's just a dad, and so he's like banding with the Guardians of the Galaxy because he has really no other place to go. And so when he helps a bunch of kids out in this movie, he's like bonding with them. This is his true calling. He wants to be a parent. And so like at the end, I'm like, oh man, you'd make a great parent. I really hope to see that you do well. I'm like, who are you gonna be a parent of though? Like, you gotta find a chick, or are you just gonna take all the children that are here now and also raise them? You know, I think it's gonna be like a teacher of all those kids. I think, yeah, I'm really excited to see more Drax character development in future movies. Oh boy. I think Drax has the most character development in this movie compared to the first two. Even though his daughter got killed by Thanos, he kind of just like, I'm just gonna be a destroyer and kind of like take out all my anger on everybody. But ooh, look who here. Now I have a purpose, and I'm like, oh man, Drax, I really want you to improve as a person. I hope you stay a dad because you seem like you love being a dad. Man, I feel like everyone got their piece in this movie, and I'm excited to see the rest of Phase 5. So I gotta give this movie a solid like 8.5 out of 10. Sorry for the one camera, we're in between editors. Just like one of the themes in this movie, life is about change and growth and finding the value of every day. Like this house behind me. I filmed in front of it a bunch, and now it's destroyed. Isn't that interesting? I'm really happy to have Jess from Hack the Movies help us with some of these edits, and I wish Cranberry Dave the best on his future pursuits. If you like this review, watch another one. YouTube really likes that. You can also like, comment, subscribe, share this video with everyone you know. The ultimate goal of this channel is for me to become an expert movie reviewer, so if I haven't reviewed it on the channel, there's a chance I haven't even seen it at all. If you'd like to request a movie in the comments below, you can do that. You can fast track a movie review at patreon.com/ASEPresents for $20 a month for one movie review per 1 month. $3 a month for how to draw Pokemon tutorials posted there early and first, all at patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you'd like to help support the daily grindiness, you go to this link tree. It really helps the daily grindiness of all these daily movie reviews. So you can go here. And until next time, I'm Mint Salad. I'll see you later, my salad croutons, bacon bits. Oh boy, I gotta get off this planet. Then that's the background for a little bit. I can have a Patreon card over it.